Hey, what's up, guys? This is Joshua Sohn. Today I am going to show you how easy it is to make some music with the new Ujam Symphonic Elements drums. Now, drums is a special library that has been created by the Ujam team, and what they did is they went to Hans Zimmer's vaults of sampled percussion, and he has a personal collection, as you may know, um, of probably terabytes and terabytes, I'm guessing, of percussion and other instruments. But in this case, it looks like UJAM was able to take some of those samples and phrase-based samples into a library, and they scripted it and created drums from it. It's very special in the sense that it has been recorded at Hans Zimmer's remote control studios, and you know that if it was recorded there, there's probably a lot of great engineering that went into it, a lot of great players that went into this, a lot of great instruments. So we're going to take this for a spin, and you'll see for yourself. Currently on sale up until July 4th, 2021. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. This is a the just this typical instrument library that opens up, so you have like whatever is listed on the very beginning, driving danger. So as you can see, you have the menu option here. You can scroll between different uh, presets within that category. So CIN, Fat Action, and whatnot. And then if I were to go to a different preset library like the Action, then I can just go between each instruments or presets. So I'll play a little bit for you so you guys get an idea of these sounds, and then let's look at the knobs and how they function too. As you'll see here, with my keys that I'm hitting on the far end, which C2 starts, you have the hits, and then if I go up to, let's say, where the F is, right there you have medals, as it says medals there, and then you have intros. Let's look at that. Cool. So it looks like all the black keys have certain special elements, whereas on the bottom white keys spelled out here it says common phrases. This is a very peculiar sound, as you can hear. A lot of processing happening. It almost sounds like you have like a smaller drum, and then it's processed to have some kind of phasing or flange element to it, and that's why it sounds kind of alien. Let's go to a different one. This is also very processed. Really cool. Okay, let's try another one. So that was Action Sound Design. As you can see, that's the very special category. Let's try Air. Airy. Oh, that's nice. You can combine it. Let's try some medals and hits at the same time. Alright, cool. Very nice. And as you kind of explore with me more, then let's look at what this is on the very left hand side. We have a style. So it looks like this might give you different rhythms. Let's just double check and see if it changes. So this is battle. Let's just go to battery. Okay, I'm gonna switch it. Oh yeah. So it seems to be changing the instruments. That was the one that originally was on, I think, Rain Dance. Oh, Thunder Dance, actually, that was the original. Yeah, so it seems like it changes different styles, and I'll have to look into what that really means per se. But from my first impression, it looks like it's different instruments it changes out to. Let's keep going, shall we? This is another airy one. Let's actually go down a little bit. Let's go to airy Middle East. So like smaller drums, like doumbeks, things like that. Yeah, so these are phrase-based sample loops, as you can see. There's also probably ways to just hit it one at a time and do it almost like a one-shot trigger. Let's try something a little more bombastic. Okay, maybe not airy. Maybe that's not the right one. Let's go to cinematic. Okay. Okay, so let's say we're amongst the hits and medals. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So you can use it and treat it like a one-shot type of trigger as well for some of these presets. So you could do one shots like that, but I think where it shines the best is if you treat this for its purpose and start doing loops, and as you're holding a sample, let's try something a little busier. Okay, so let's say you're doing that. I would imagine then you can start messing with the knobs, make it louder, put more ambience. See what the highlighter does. So this is a filter. Looks like it's doing a high pass filter. This is a low pass filter. And this goes to 0 on both sides. So that's cool. That's really useful. Let's look at the crossfade. Looks like on the low side, it filters out all the instruments that have high stuff. And the opposite going this way. That's cool. And let's look over on this side. So you got the low drums. Okay, putting the transients up. So this is a envelope shaper. Got tremolo stuff. That's cool. And then looks like you can change it too. So let's say, yeah, you got delays, pumps. So this would be like almost like a side chain. You also have auto pan. Let's try the auto pan. It's gonna sound kind of funky with low sounds, but let's try. It might sound better if we did it on the higher drums instead. So. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's find something that's, yeah. So on the high you can, right, that's auto panning. So you can change that. Let's see, grains. That's cool, and that does some kind of, takes the grains of the samples and does some processing on it, like probably reversing it. It's cool. Flanger. Let's try a delay. Yeah. I don't think I heard. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it just kind of there's a lot of things you can just alter with the press of a button. Of course, you can put these into like an envelope, or excuse me, a knob or fader, whether you use a physical board or like a MIDI board that I use here, a digital one. Like let's say I put the motion on one of these knobs here that I have, then I can go. And then let's just make sure I have some other things going on. So this one would make sense to do CC11. All right, filter for, let's say, my highlighter. Let's see what we could do on that one. Let's do this knob. Okay, and then what else I have? Let's go to this side. And we'll do some reverb ambience, and rather than ping pong it, let's just do a huge hall. Yeah, and you can kind of mess with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'll keep this on this setting, and I'm just gonna mess around so you guys can hear what you can do. Let's do one more actually. Let's do this one and change that to this guy. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Volume. Oops. Yeah, and so on. So, you know, if you're like have any DJ experience, you can see how easy that would be to go back and forth on certain things, and while you know, like a pad or some kind of melodic loop is going on in the background. So yeah, what that kind of reminds me, maybe I could add in a loop. Let's just add in a fun little melodic thing using one of Cubase's stock. So let's just do a stereo track, so let me just put that on. Okay, let's just for the hell of it, let's do this one. Alright, and this should be time mapped, so let's see, musical mode. Okay, great. And then let's go back to that and put that at the start. Okay, so we have something like that going on. It's for 8 bars. Oh, excuse me, I meant to do that. I'm going to loop it, and then let's go ahead and try some ideas how that would work. So. We haven't explored this one. This is the mod wheel. This, maybe it's a crossfade of some kind. Yeah. And there you go. Anyways, okay, so you guys can see how this might work in some styles of music. Of course, this is an experimental one. We're doing like cinematic trailer drums with something that would be more on the pop side of things, but that's what's fun about this. And of course, it's not all trailer drums. As looking over here, we have certain things that might be more appropriate for pop music. Let's see here. All right, let's make sure that all my settings aren't messing up what we have going on here. So okay, so I mean, layering something like that, this is really dry, as you can see. You can go and do some auto panning, things like that. That's kind of cool. Let's see here. Let's see if there's something that's a little bit more appropriate. I'm gonna keep coming back to the groove one. This works really well in my eyes, or my ears. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of applications for this, and if you watch their video, there's really creative ways that you can manipulate with all these settings and make your own sounds, of course. So let's go ahead now. I think we've explored a lot of these things that make drums tick the way it does. So let's go ahead now and make some music. So that was just a little experiment. I'm going to delete this little audio track here, and then what I'll do is let's do something that's a little bit more of like a typical scene of a cinematic trailer. So I'll go ahead and incorporate some strings. So, alright, with that being said, we have some drums to add. So let's go to our action drums and let's try Mounting Danger. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay, so we got some chase scene music. So on something like this, it's really hard to do it live, so I generally just program it. But if I were to go like that, for instance, and you can extend it out, since it's a loop, we can just go ahead and do something like this. Alright, maybe we'll layer that with something else eventually, but let's see, that was A. Okay, yeah, that's good. So let's go up until the end of that, which is right here, I think. And let's add a crash right there. Okay. All right, let's go back to the top and hear how that sounds. What did I do? I did an eighth note. Okay. All right, and I just realized something. So this knob in the middle is called the finisher. It not only just makes it louder, which I thought it was, it also has like a certain effect as well, which I didn't realize. So let's say for this purpose, we want something that just makes it more compressed and more loud. So let's try something like power drums and see if that does anything different. So let's go over to where that starts on measure 7, or actually measure 9. Okay, and let's see how that affects the sound. So that's interesting. It's under glitch. So power drums, I read power drums, but I didn't realize this under the glitch category. So maybe not the glitch. Let's do in your face as a mastering finisher. That's pretty good. We can try other ones. I kind of like that as for the purpose of this. So let's go ahead and go back to where that starts, and we'll record that in. So we have here, and I'll open that up for you so you can see, and put that somewhere right there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and just add another element to that. So here it would be nice to add something that has more mids in there. So if we do the cinematic category, which I think would be good, let's try a dry attack or terminators. Let's try terminators. Let's see. That's cool. So let's do that towards the end of that spot. So we got that in like so. Yeah, that kind of brings us home to that spot. And of course you can maybe double this element with something else, and let's just take out the crashes. Okay, and let's try a different drum. Let's try something a little more airy. How about? Okay, I'm gonna solo that so it doesn't, so you can hear the details. Let's try it. And maybe do that. Okay, and let's bring the volume up as well. Maybe too loud. Okay, so let's add that in. Yeah, you can kind of hear that subtlety. And why not? We just do one more. Let's try here. Oh, well, that's nice. It also has some like a bass element. That's kind of cool. I mean, in a sense, we probably need that anyways, right? I kind of like this heartbeat. Maybe let's just add that in the beginning and see how that would sound with the strings. Okay, good. So I think that adds a nice element, and then you can mess with the mod a little bit. Why not? Okay. And I forgot to learn the Midi on some of these. So I might have to do that for the other one too. Actually, I just realized this one. So let's go here, let's learn the Midi so that's my expression. Okay, and let's hear the whole thing, shall we? Yeah. Let's see here. What can we... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Perfect. Let's make... there's something missing towards the end, just like make it more boomy. So why don't we just add that to the mix, like so. Yeah. All right, and that is my take for today. Big thanks for Ujam for letting me use this and test this product to demonstrate how it works. I think this is something that's great for anyone that wants to start out. If you're not particularly a percussion writer and you want something that's quick and dirty out of the box, this is a product for you. So that is drums. Strings is also another library that works really well with this. So check that out. They behave very similarly in terms of the spiccato sounds that are out. And then if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and press the subscribe button to help support my videos and let them be more visible to the world. Smash the like button if you found this video to be helpful. Thanks, and I'll see you around.